Hi, I'm Sydney Shaffer, and I'm a second-year medical student at Ohio University Heritage College of Osteopathic Medicine. My research project is titled Distance, Waitlist, and Finding Caregivers, Parent-Identified Barriers to Care for Children with Disabilities Living in Appalachian, Ohio. Parents of children with disabilities living in rural, low-income regions in the United States face many barriers to accessing trusted and specialized healthcare, rehabilitation, and childcare for their children. This is due to lack of specialized providers, waitlist and delayed diagnoses, distance from clinics, and socioeconomic barriers such as high unemployment and high rates of poverty. The purpose of our study is to describe the barriers to obtaining appropriate care for children with disabilities living in Appalachian, Ohio. Here's a map of Ohio showing where developmental behavioral pediatricians are located. You can see that they are located in areas such as Cincinnati, Columbus, and Cleveland, and that there are none of these providers in Appalachian, Ohio. 26 interviews were conducted with parents of children with disabilities. 9 of these parents had more than one child with developmental delay, and the average age of interviewees was 37.8 years old. 16 of these interviewees were mothers or female guardians, and 1 was a father. The average age of the children of the parents who participated in this study were 9.4 years old. In this, parents completed a semi-structured interview that lasted approximately 1 hour at the location of their choice. Themes were then determined both inductively and deductively from these interviews via 2 coders who separately coded the interviews to determine themes and appropriate quotes. Example interview questions included those on background, understanding of their child's medical diagnosis and management of their disability, insurance coverage and barriers to receiving healthcare, and social support. Our results found several themes regarding barriers, one of these being issues finding specialists due to distance. Interviewees reported having to travel to see specialists, including optometrists and dentists as well. This often included traveling at least an hour to see these providers. Interviewees also noted limited therapies and options for patients with Medicaid locally. Another theme was waitlist and delayed diagnoses. Interviewees reported waiting up to 2 years to get into an ASD clinic. Some interviewees also noted being dismissed by providers, which further delayed diagnoses. And interviewees also noted that waitlist to see a specialist was a barrier for them, as they often had to wait 6 months to 1 year to see a specialist. Caregiving and staying at home was another theme we identified. Interviewees reported limited childcare providers and that they had fears of child abuse due to their children's disability. Mothers also reported having to reduce work hours or quitting their jobs to stay home with their child due to these barriers. Some impactful interviewee quotes include, quote, "And we tried to get in with Nationwide to transfer our care from his care team from Cincinnati to Nationwide just because it's closer, and that was impossible," end quote. Quote, "We first got on the wait list at Nationwide because the doctor referred us. It takes forever," end quote. Quote, "My child will hit and throw things. I don't know what this will provoke or how people will react to him. People can be very impatient, and I don't know what they will do to kids who have meltdowns," end quote. In conclusion, additional resources and support systems are needed to ensure that parents and children with disabilities living in rural, low-income regions can access specialized care from knowledgeable and trained medical and childcare providers. This includes clinical interventions such as group-based interventions, which would allow one provider to care for multiple children at once, telehealth options, and affordable respite care options. Another includes re-examination of current policies to address gaps and barriers in healthcare, and also addressing barriers related to health insurance coverage. If you're interested in learning more about our research, I have provided the link to our journal article. Thank you for your time and attention today.